Alright guys, we are live. Going back into grand finals. QMK versus Firestorm. C2 is the first game. Cultures 2. Let's find their game. Alright. That doesn't look right. Maybe it fixes when they have two players. I think that's what happens. Alright guys, I'm ZeroT. I'm going to be commentating the grand finals for the Hard Drop Open 10 tournament. This is on multiple different platforms. Both players each get a ban, and this time the players have banned Tetris Friends and TNet. So the lower seed gets to pick the first game, and we're going to Cultures 2. This is a rematch of maybe 2 weeks ago. So they're doing 2 warm-ups, and then we'll get started. Aberration is Firestorm 58, and Cloak is QMK. Last time around, Cloak was hitting 11, 12 combos very consistently, and most of the games were very short. It was a pretty lopsided victory for QMK last time. Firestorm has been practicing this game a lot and is quite confident on it as well, so hopefully he can be a little more consistent and doesn't get blown away by insane combos at the start. Then he can show his speed in the down stack later on. So I think this is the second one. Alright, so we're going into it. Good luck, have fun. Again, QMK is Cloak and Aberration is Firestorm. So the standard strategy here is the 2 wide well. Both players are stacking it on the right. Cloak has a much quicker upstack, a little cleaner too, but he abandoned it a little bit. Actually, no, he's still in his combo. 6 combos both ways. I think Firestorm hit 8. He's a little nasty thing he has to dig through. QMK on the other end has been going down pretty consistently and is sending a good amount of garbage. He's playing pretty quickly. Both players are, but QMK is sitting 190, 180 TPM, which is really quick. There's 15 pending lines for on Firestorm's end. Great showing for the first game for Cloak. So that's 1-0 QMK. Decent upstack on both ends. Good speed. Nice stack on Firestorm's end. QMK goes down first. Firestorm matches him with a godlike combo, 10-10 both ways, so both are playing pretty even and low right now. Good down stack on Cloak's end, sends another 8 combo, sends a good amount of garbage to Firestorm, who gets through it really neatly. And now a little messy field on QMK's side. He's a great down stacker and doesn't seem to bother him very much here. He's very familiar with the mechanics of C2 and is in a pretty safe position. Firestorm needs an eye block. He gets it, and he's at a very safe position here. He sends a good amount of lines to QMK, and that's going to push him over. So that's evens the set 1-1. So both the games have gone to mid-game strategy, which is something different than we saw last time around. So I think this we'll get a little closer match than last time if Firestorm can keep this up. He doesn't really get his 2 wide well set up, and QMK cancels his as well, so they're going directly into the mid-game. Small small sends going back and forth. 7 combo on Firestorm's side, but a very clean field on QMK's end. Thanks for the Twitch Prime. Careers in. I tried. Kai Ryzen. All right, so that's Cloak. Won another one. All right, so now we're going back to the two wide well. Decent stack on Firestorm's side. QMK needed to work around a few pieces here, but he gets his stack set up really neatly. We got a Godlike on Firestorm's side, but matched with a 9 on QMK's side. Pretty even, so no one is in too much danger right now. Firestorm stacks to his bottom really cleanly. There's no real garbage on his end, but he's starting to receive some sends from QMK. QMK is getting pushed up a little bit. He's going to have to downstack here. He opens up his hole right there really smartly. You can show his cheese ability coming through here. It sends a good amount of lines to Firestorm, who cancels most of it, but he's still pushed pretty high, and he doesn't get the right... No, he just gets pressured up too high. A great win from QMK there. It's 3-1. If you recall, last weekend when they played, Cloak won 6-1. So Firestorm needs to eke out a few more wins here so he can feel a little more confident and come back into the series. A great combos on both ends. 11 combo from Firestorm compared to a 10 combo on QMK's side. It's a good showing, but Firestorm needs this eye block. He gets it, and he needs another one. And he has a pretty decent downstack, so a nice second combo. Gets to about 2 8-length combos. Very, very good. QMK needs to downstack this. He's not quite getting what he wants. His eye was 1 block too late there, and he's kind of left in no man's land. He is downstacking really well, though. Still alive, and he's sending a lot of garbage to Aberration Firestorm, who deals with it really well, cancels a lot of it, and is in a pretty safe position to get down. And Firestorm's able to push over QMK there, so that's 3-2 QMK. So there's not a huge advantage in the early game like there was last time, and these games have been a lot more even as they go to mid game. Both players are very quick, topping 160, 170 pieces per minute very consistently. Downstack or combo, not the godlikes we've seen in the previous one. Both got 9 combos, I believe, and now they're just going to try to re-up these attacks since they're still in a pretty good position to send. So QMK sent a good amount of garbage to Firestorm, who cancels most of it and is working on his downstack right now. QMK is a really neat field. No garbage on his end. It looks like he's stacking SRS style, but he's going to turn these into some culturist attacks any minute now. And Firestorm stacks an eye block over his future garbage hole. Got to be a little more careful in his downstack, but he's getting pressured a little high, and a couple more sends from QMK will do this. He could have 180'd that T block, but actually a really good downstack from Firestorm. Got through a lot of that nastiness that was sent to him from QMK, and now he's putting the pressure back on QMK. Oh, that's a cool 180 spin from QMK. I haven't seen that one yet. On Cultress, the tables are a little bit different than they are in SRS games. So Firestorm's getting pressured up really high here. He wasn't able to get the O over, so QMK takes another victory. 4-2. So 2 wide wells, well built on both ends. Firestorm wanted this L block, but he was late getting it, and that really ruined his stack. He wasn't able to recover from that, and a huge 12 combo from Cloak. It's a great game from Cloak, but Firestorm wasn't able to cancel any of that because he wasn't able to get the piece he wanted for his upstack. So a little misdrop on the top of Firestorm's field. He continues the combo to length 6, which is not really going to cut it here. I didn't see the length on QMK's side, but it was enough to take the set. So that's 6-2. Cloak takes, QMK takes the first victory. Game 2, Jstress. So if you give me a minute, guys, to change this. So we had 6-2 victory from QMK. Game 2, Jstress. Okay, so let me X out of this, and let's go to Jstress. I gotta increase this. Show stats. That's too big. Ah, shoot, what did I have this on? Is that the wrong spec? No. I gotta fix my, let's just stick this over here. Oh. Well, I guess they both left. Now the room's glitched. And they definitely ruined it. Give me a second on the overlay. I'll fix it in a second. Let me reset the squares. Oh, we got a raid. Nice to see you guys. Just the room? Okay. Okay. I gotta zoom out. I had to use crop. I'm sorry. And more to the bottom. I have the stats. Give me a second. I gotta fix the other stuff. Actually, that's probably good enough. I had it all set up the other weekend, but then I moved. I'd probably cut this off, but oh, let me switch. There we go. All right, that's. They're playing. So, not sure if this is live or not. Wait, what? Why is it? This was the view I had earlier. Now it's getting all crazy. It's not consistent. Okay. So, not sure if this is warm-ups or not, but they're playing really fast. Look at the PPS on both ends. Cloak is holding really high APM. Firestorm's holding really high speed and a very competitive APM. Both sending lots of back-to-backs. Pushes them over the top. All right, so those are warm-ups. Excellent. All right, good luck, have fun. Both players are ready. We have Cloak, QMK on the left, and Firestorm, Anomalous Aberration on the right. So perfect clear from Firestorm to start it off, and nice clean back-to-back stack on QMK's end. He accepts the clean garbage and set a couple back-to-backs, ready to send. Countering on the right side, we have Firestorm, who's building a couple back-to-backs of his own and manages to keep a pretty stable stack. None of these little misdrops or placements are going to hurt him very much. A nice floating air TSD. Both players are in a very even position right here. A little misdrop on Firestorm's side might cancel out a couple of back-to-backs he might have sent. Another misdrop. He skims it out pretty nicely. On QMK's side, very clean field. He's going to open his hole here. He uses his eye to do so. So instead of stacking up for the Tetris there, he just downstacks a little bit. Both players are playing over 3 pieces per second here. Nice air TSD from Firestorm. He sort of has to platform out this little piece that he made so he can get that off, but it's not an issue. He's still keeping up the pressure onto Cloak, and he's going to open Cloak opens up his hole right there and is in a pretty safe position at the moment. He's got back sends ready, but he instead of waiting for the T block, he cancels it out and is able to pressure Firestorm over. So great first game from QMK. So very clean, huge hole from on Firestorm's end, and he's gonna be able to send a lot of that garbage he received back to Cloak, who is ready for it, and it sends it right back to him. So we got some of this back and forth attacks that Jastrus is known for. Good downstack combo from Cloak. It's going to put a good amount of pressure onto Firestorm, who doesn't really have anything set up here. He just instead just downstacks this, and he's in a pretty safe position now. QMK is very low. He opts out of the TSD to take the single. I don't know if that was a great decision, but it doesn't really hurt him, as he's in a really good spot right now. Little misdrop on Firestorm's end, but he was really low, so no harm, no foul. If you miss time, if you have a misdrop at a very bad, inopportune time, that can really come back to hurt you when you're playing against a player of Cloak's caliber. But Firestorm is very quick, and he's able to adapt. A little misdrop over his hole there, though, and he didn't quite have the right pieces for the downstack. He didn't have his T-block was a little late, but great downstack right there, and he's able to get through all that really well. Great downstack on QMK's end as well. Puts him in a good position to get through this. Received garbage, TSD, a T-spin triple there, and is able to top him out. So they're almost touching 140 APM for the tail end of that match, and that was a pretty long round. A big spike coming from Firestorm is pressuring QMK a lot here. He could have used that L block 180 spin to fix that, but he didn't open that hole, and actually opens up a TSD there. He's going to have to cancel it and opt for the downstack instead. A good amount of pressure put on by Firestorm onto QMK, and Firestorm a little misdrop on his own end, but a very good downstack evens up the field really well. So Firestorm has, oh, I was about to say, great finish spike from Firestorm, but Firestorm was having trouble before that, spiking out QMK. QMK has really good survival skills, and it was showing there. But right when I was thinking that, he gets spiked out. So a good round win from Firestorm there. He's still down 1 though in the overall set. So Cloak is clearing some just singles and doubles here. He's trying to get into a good position to send some back-to-backs, but he's going to use Firestorm's own attacks against him, send him back in a second. He opens up his hole and is in a good position to send a small spike of his own to Firestorm, who deals with it really well and counters with his own spike. And a little misdrop on Cloak's end. It prevented him from using that line to clear down, and Firestorm evens it up, 164 APM. Thanks for the gift subs, Fudu42. So we got a tied set here. Both players pretty low in their field, very clean. We had a surprise side 4-wide from Firestorm, but it was at a bad time. QMK easily sends a couple sends to push him over the top. So now we have the center 4-wide from Firestorm. His 3 residue is not ruined there. I thought it might have been, but still a good position to send maybe an 8 combo or something, but that's enough to top QMK out. So really quick 3-3. So we almost had a perfect clear on Firestorm's end, but he misdrops and instead just takes a couple back-to-back sends. Cloak is playing really quick right now. Good position to send a lot of these back-to-back sends back to Firestorm, who's pretty high in his field right now, but he has a lot of clean garbage if he can get to it, which he does quite easily. So the spike's coming over to QMK's end, who doesn't really have the well open as he'd like. Ends up having to cancel a lot of those potential back-to-backs and just opt for some downstack combo. Still in a very safe position though, and Firestorm doesn't really take advantage of it. So Firestorm is sending a little bit of downstack combo to QMK, and that was powerful enough to top him out. So Firestorm has the advantage now, 4-3. We got another 4-wide attempt from Firestorm. The well opening up actually hurt his chance to continue the combo, but he's still in a good position to keep his APM up. He's playing at 3.5 pieces per minute. Nice air TSD. So Cloak opts to take a T-spin single there. He's going more for this small combo, send a little bit of dirty garbage strategy. He might be feeling a little bit of the pressure that Firestorm is capable of outputting. And a small side 4-wide from Firestorm doesn't really get a huge combo on it, but he's able to, restabilize his field and go back into transition and some back-to-backs. Cloak is trying the same strategy, but he ends up just transforming it into a T-spin attack. He rotates that TSD a little bit too much. Not sure if he was trying to go for a timing attack there, but they're both in safe positions. Firestorm's at the very bottom of his field, waiting to receive some garbage so that he can send back and return it. This is a little longer round. So a nice air TSD from Firestorm. He covers his hole to get another TSD. Very clean setup. And instead of going for a super T-spin, he just goes for a regular double and stacks up a little well of his own to send a spike. And a little digging has to happen on Cloak's end, and I don't think he can get to his hole. He can't. So Firestorm is on game point. Another center 4-wide from Firestorm. He's not able to get the J block over, but he transitions it into some good down stack and is able to keep up a respectable APM despite that misdrop. A huge spike sent to Cloak. I don't know if Firestorm got a perfect clear there, but he's able to take the set 6-3. Well played. So we have Pio ban. So we're playing worldwide combos. So that was 6-2. Firestorm. Okay. So let's try to find worldwide combos. Do we have a Noel sighting in chat? I guess I'll just refresh this page until I see a match. All right, we got a link. I'm clicking this link. So that's the worldwide. All right, looks like I'm ready. Thank you, Noel. So again, this is also an SRS game, but it differs in the fact that getting knocked out to the top of the field just results in a KO rather than losing the match. And at the end, the player that has the most KOs wins, and if it's a tie, then it goes to line sent. They're always fixed 2-minute games. This is a game that was played between the two players last time around, and QMK won pretty convincingly. These are 1-2 in the worldwide combo standings. Both very powerful players. I don't know if there's any warm-ups here, but a huge spike on QMK's end leads to a KO for Firestorm. It's got a kind of awkward stack going, but he's able to still get a lot of APM out of this. It looks like since QMK is not playing, that this might just be a warm-up round. So Firestorm is very fast in this game. Tends to play pretty quickly. Actually, as you saw last game, both players have pretty admirable speed. Both were playing at like 3.2 plus pieces per minute, so or pieces per second. I'm gonna take a drink of water. Oh, I want a shirt. Okay, so looks like they reset the room and they reset it again and again. Okay, let me refresh this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is a bug. Maybe it'll stop happening. Okay, a new room. All right, we got a new link. It looks like the game's already started. Okay, so both players pretty high, both even 1-1 KOs. Firestorm has a slight advantage in line sent and is outputting a lot of APM here. Pretty good down stack. Is in a good position to send some more back-to-backs. QMK is forced over, gives the second KO to Firestorm, who is able to transition into some more back-to-backs and send another huge spike to QMK. So Firestorm has a definitely early game advantage here. Nice back-to-back TSD setup from Firestorm. A nice little, I don't know, I think it was a Z-spin from QMK to open up his hole, but he's getting like obliterated by this pressure here that Firestorm's putting on. A minute in, and Firestorm has over 200 lines sent. 5 KOs from Firestorm right now. And QMK is struggling to even keep his field stabilized here. We might see a new line sent record here in this game. 30 seconds left. QMK counters with a nice spike. Firestorm, he sort of messed up his hole there and lost a little bit of his momentum. But the 2 KOs to 6 lead that Firestorm has is pretty insurmountable with only 15 seconds left. So 6 seconds left, and Firestorm, let's see how much he can get up to with his line sent. I think he's just going to wait it out. 338, huge amount, insane. So that's 1-0. I can't say this word. Anomalous aberration. Firestorm. QMK is on the right. A little misdrop on his T-spin there from Firestorm, but he's able to stabilize his field really well. QMK receives a lot of garbage. He misdrops his J block, and he gets forced out a KO there in response. He stabilizes his field pretty well, and Firestorm doesn't send anything in the meantime. But so now both are got into this ping pong garbage, and nice setup or a nice little spike from Firestorm nets another KO. Misdrop on the I block from Firestorm. He's probably going to lose a KO to that. Almost had a perfect clear, but had the J instead of the L. But gets into a nice position to send some more clean garbage to QMK, who uses that to spike Firestorm over the top. So both even at 2-2 KOs. So Firestorm uses that to set up some back-to-backs. He cancels out of a lot of that with a little down stack, and sends a little dirty garbage to Firestorm, or to QMK, I mean. And QMK is in a safe position, relatively safe position. He's able to use a down stack combo to get to the bottom of his field, and Firestorm is not in any trouble, receives another spike, but just cancels it and transitions back to his back-to-back attack. A lot of dirty garbage on QMK's end, but he's a master downstacker, as he shows when he just gets through all of it really quickly, sending a huge spike to Firestorm. A misdrop on his end, though, does lead to a KO for Firestorm's advantage. So we're sitting at that actually might be a really big KO if QMK... Well, actually, Firestorm just smartly just waits it out. So there's nothing QMK can do even with that huge amount of line send. So now that's a 2-0 advantage for Firestorm. Remember, this is game 3. The winner of this match, actually, if QMK wins this match, we go to another best of 3. Because remember, Firestorm lost last time around, so he's going to have to win twice in a best of 3 sets to take this victory. We got a Super T-Spin double from Firestorm. Nice, really clean back-to-back setup. He's trying to cancel a little bit of this. He does a good job avoiding the KO there. And QMK is in a nice position to send another spike over. And he forces a KO. So he's up 2 KOs to nothing on Firestorm. Firestorm's getting pressured a lot and wasn't able to get down any here. So now he has more space to work with, and he's going to be stabilizing his field at this point. A little misdrop on QMK's end. He's still in a safe position to get through this. Twists it into a T-spin mini. How did he get the piece in that? I think his field might be a little glitched, so we'll look at Firestorm now. On Firestorm's end, nice, still back-to-backs going on. Yeah, does it fix it if I refresh this? 3 KOs to 1 here. Yeah, that's not gonna... Okay. So, we're just gonna have to try to determine what's going on through educated guessing. A nice spike sent from Firestorm, sending some good APM, forces another KO. He's got a good advantage in line sent, but he has 20 seconds to force another KO to have that be the deciding factor. QMK is almost to the point where he can just stall it out, but he's actually pressuring Firestorm a lot more. 10 seconds left, and Firestorm's continuing with his back-to-back, but there's almost nothing he can do. It looks like QMK is going to take this third match. Alright, both open up with TKIs. Good transition into multiple T-spins. Nice, fortunate garbage hole for QMK. Able to transition that to a nice back-to-back. Little down stack combo from Firestorm. Puts him in a good position to avoid the KO and send a lot of this right back. He takes a couple T-spin single there, but is able to avoid taking anything more. And he's a little misdrop on QMK's end. Is gonna actually know his field's just glitched. Well, Firestorm has a KO on his end, and he takes a single. He's in a good spot. Nice huge well opens up for him. There's probably there might not be misdrops on QMK's end. Firestorm still has the line set advantage and the KO advantage, but I can't really see much more than that. Nice play, nice back-to-back play on Firestorm's end. He's got a good rhythm. Opens up his garbage hole. Nice little donation T-spin there. He receives a pretty large spike, but is able to avoid getting KO'd. So that's 3 KOs to nothing. A little misdrop. Almost forces Firestorm out, but QMK is not able to capitalize on that, and Firestorm digs all the way to the bottom of his field. Another game we'll probably see 300 line sent from Firestorm is he's almost there. There he goes. 15 seconds left, 4 KO'd advantage, and Firestorm just waits it out. Okay, so 3-1 in Firestorm's advantage. All right, so game 5. Yeah, that's a spectator glitch. I can't really do anything about it on my end. But right now, it looks like it's okay. If he can send a lot of this back, QMK has a good chance to spike Firestorm, but a lot of it is just downstack combo. But it's effective at sending a large amount to Firestorm, not enough to get a KO though. And Firestorm sends a huge spike, and it's going to force a KO onto QMK. So Firestorm's up actually 2-0. I didn't see that first KO. But a really clean field on his end. He's got a good rhythm going. Skims out a little bit there, but is able to keep back-to-back through a lot of this. He missed an eye block placement, but is able to change that, transition that into some back-to-back sends nonetheless. Nice clean field on QMK's end. He receives a spike though. He opens up his hole really well, and it's going to be able to send some of this back to Firestorm, who isn't able to open up his own hole, and now both are even 2-2 on the KOs. A huge spike received on Firestorm's end, or canceled, I guess, on Firestorm's end. He does a good job avoiding the KO there. Meanwhile, QMK's field is glitched again, so I can't see how he's playing this. But Firestorm is doing a very good job keeping the back-to-back and staying in a safe position to proceed further down the field. So at the very bottom, he's almost hit. Actually, there's only 4 seconds left, so he does hit 300 again, and his line send advantage gives Firestorm the win. 4-1 advantage. So we got a C-spin opener from Firestorm. QMK, I have no idea what happened, but apparently KO happened. Firestorm has that first KO, and he's in a good position to send some more back-to-backs. He cancels a little bit of what QMK sends, and he stacks for some more back-to-backs. Little misdrop on that one placement. He actually misdrops the S-spin fix as well, but QMK is unable to capitalize and get that KO. So we have some back-to-back TSDs from QMK. That is enough to force Firestorm over the field and give him his first KO. As the second KO, as Firestorm misdropped at the top. Firestorm's in a good position to get some of his rhythm back. He receives a lot of this garbage, but it's nice and clean and straight, and is able to send a good spike of his own to QMK, who was unable to cancel any of that. He didn't have any sends prepared. Misdropped TSD is transitioned to a T-spin triple from Firestorm, who opens up that hole really neatly and gets a nice downstack combo. QMK able to counter that with a large spike and gets his third KO, but it looks like he stalled a little bit as he was thinking through his plan for this. He opens up his garbage hole and is able to continue with his back-to-back sends. Firestorm cancels a lot of it and seems to be in a pretty decent position to send some more back-to-back. So Firestorm evens up the KO count, and with 9 seconds left, it might be a line sent battle. A misdrop on Firestorm's end does not help him in that regards, as QMK looks to have the advantage in this round. So we got 4-2, Firestorm's advantage, and we're going into Game 7. A perfect clear sent from Firestorm. Spikes QMK really high. Doesn't really downstack it with any back-to-backs, but is able to stay safe. He needs an L block, and it looks like he's going to get it. Actually, he downstacked it a little differently than I would have thought, but it still seems to be in a nice, safe position. Firestorm with a little Prophecy T-spin double there, sends a good amount. to QMK, who needs to open up as well. He is able to get through this without giving up a KO, and he's in the process sends a nice amount of garbage to Firestorm. Both players are relatively low in their fields. No KOs have gone out yet, even though both players are sending an incredible amount of APM. This is really good back and forth play. Good surviving skill as well. Both are canceling these attacks really well and maintaining these back-to-back attacks. It looks like QMK's field paused for a second, but he was able to avoid a KO and get through that really neatly, despite that huge send from Firestorm. Both players relatively low. QMK opens up his back-to-back well, little down stack combo, sends a nice spike to Firestorm, who's unable to avoid this KO here. So now we have a KO advantage for QMK with 30 seconds left, even though Firestorm does have the line send advantage by about 20 at this point in the game. Another huge send from QMK to Firestorm pushes him up a little bit, but both actually a lot of dirty garbage on Firestorm's end. He's gonna have to try to use a down stack combo here. He does that pretty well, but he does get forced over despite that good down stacking, and QMK has a 2 KO advantage. So 4-3, QMK is not gonna lose this without a fight. If he comes back to win, this will be the end of the set. But if Firestorm's able to pull this off, then we'll go to another best of 3. So QMK starts out with some nice back-to-backs. He sort of overspun that TSD, and he's going to receive this huge spike here, trying to avoid the KO. He does avoid the KO, and Firestorm is not letting off the pressure, continuing to send these back-to-backs, and I think QMK is KO'd at that point, and Firestorm does have an early advantage. Firestorm is getting pretty high, though, and he doesn't have the right piece to start canceling those lines, and QMK comes right back and forces another game-evening KO. And a second one. So both are pretty even now, except for the KO advantage that QMK currently owns. 2-1. Back-to-backs from Firestorm over to QMK, but a little dirty field forced Firestorm to downstack here, and he's at a good position now. Really clean field, whereas QMK is going to have to go down a little bit on his own, and he does so without any danger at this point. Actually, he receives a huge amount of lines there, and he might be in danger of getting KO'd here. Firestorm needs the second KO with 40 seconds left, currently at the disadvantage. A big spike from QMK might force another KO onto Firestorm, but Firestorm is able to avoid it with a nice down stack. He needs the J block, and he instead uses the S and Z, but skimming, but he doesn't really have any back-to-backs there, and a third KO is forced from QMK. So a big advantage now with only 15 seconds left. QMK can just stall this out and take this round. But Firestorm gets another KO. QMK has to avoid a third KO at this point because Firestorm does have the line sent advantage. So now the game's going to be evened 4-4. All right, we're starting up. Huge sends received on both ends. Not sure what they sent, but we have an early send, KO advantage for Firestorm, able to push QMK over early. And nice down stack. Is able to, actually, he's kind of a little bit disorganized right now, but he's transitioning into some nice back-to-backs at this point, whereas QMK stacks over his hole and gets KO'd again. He's going to have to come back to avoid this 5th round loss. QMK is pushed pretty high. He doesn't have the eye block, and a third KO comes to Firestorm's end very good early showing from Firestorm. With over a minute left, this 3 KO advantage is still very powerful, and Firestorm is not going to let go of it very easily. Nice back-to-back. Actually, QMK transitions that into a little bit of down stack combo, and he is unable to get a KO out of it. He changes into a Tetris and opens up his well. He could have got another Tetris there, but instead opts to just down stack a little bit. A safe decision, but when you're down 3 KOs, you might want to look to send a little more back-to-backs like Firestorm is. Firestorm has a huge KO advantage and line send advantage at this point. With only 30 seconds left, it's hard to see QMK coming back at this point. Firestorm might give up a KO here. He's kind of high up. He looks to have stabilized pretty easily though. QMK covered his hole and loses another KO to Firestorm, and that's going to be the 5th round, or 5-4 Firestorm. Okay. Perfect clear from Firestorm. Sends a nice line of nice clean garbage to QMK, who cancels all of it and sends a nice clean Tetris back to Firestorm. Both players are fairly safe at this point. Some nice back-to-backs on both ends. QMK cancels a lot of this, but he doesn't have the right piece. And is he going to be able to avoid the KO? I don't think so. So early KO advantage for Firestorm, who misdrops over his field. He cleans it really neatly though, and QMK is unable to take advantage of that. He's able to avoid the second KO, but is unable to counter it with a KO of his own. QMK is stacking over his field a little bit. Looks like he's getting pressured throughout this match pretty strongly, and he's just baiting on his survival skill, which is quite admirable. But Firestorm is KO'd at this point, but seems to have a nice pressure advantage. He's setting the pace of the match pretty distinctively. 200 line sent already from Firestorm. Both are even with 1-1 KOs. It looks like QMK's field is glitched again. So let's go back to Firestorm's end. So Firestorm misdrops over his hole here. He's going to have to try to avoid getting KO'd due to it. He is able to, for the moment. He opens up his hole and is able to get a nice down stack and his 3rd KO here. So with only 15 seconds left, it looks like Firestorm's going to be able to push this into a set. How do you even say this? A 3rd match of 3 sets. So they played last weekend for the quarterfinals or the semifinals, and with this 6-4 victory, Firestorm is able to re-even that 1 match win to 1 match win. So let me reset the score. Wait, they're playing again? Never mind. They're playing more, so maybe they had a warm-up. I don't know where they communicate it. Well, anyway, a misdrop on Firestorm's end, pretty bad one, is going to give up a KO to QMK, but Firestorm still has a KO advantage here. And a line set advantage. Some misdrops on QMK's end. He's not going to be able to survive that. He's going to have to down stack through this really quickly to avoid a 3rd KO, or a 4th KO. He's able to get through it and transition in some back-to-backs. A misdrop on Firestorm's end might slow him down a little bit, while QMK looks to capitalize with some back-to-backs of his own. Sends a decent spike to Firestorm, but Firestorm's already cleaned through all his mess and is in a good position to counter. So Kyumke sets up a little Kaden TSD. Some nice clean back-to-backs. Firestorm with a nice clean hole. Cancels a little bit of that, avoiding some back-to-backs with a downstack combo. He used a 180 spin there for some reason, but a nice clean field. Firestorm sending some dirty garbage over to Kyumke, and he forces a 4th KO of the match. So it looks like even if there was a single warm-up, it looks like Firestorm is going to take this pretty decisively again. Oh wait, they did one warm-up. Okay, so that's, I guess, I don't know who won the first game. I'm going to say 6-4. Six to 40. Okay. Let's see. So I guess we're gonna do the next match right away. Do we do new bands? So, if you guys are unaware, last weekend in the quarterfinals, Firestorm was defeated by Kyumke 6-1, 6-1 in C2, and then subsequently worldwide combos, and that gave Firestorm a loss in the tournament. And this loss from Kyumke sends, or basically, it's a double elimination bracket. So Kyumke has one more life. So basically now, whoever wins the next best of 3 set will be the victor of Hard Drop Open 10 tournament. So I'm waiting on any reports from either of the players as to anything, scores, bans, games. All right, I got a message. A couple minute break. So, during this little break time, let's discuss the differences between this week and last weekend. So, as far as Culturist went, even though Kyumke was able to take the victory again, last time was a lot more lopsided, as Kyumke was able to pound out those 11 plus combos a lot more consistently, and able to avoid the mid-game gameplay that somebody with the speed of Firestorm excels at. So a lot more of these games went to mid-game gameplay in Culturist this time around, and that's also another good point Blink makes. Firestorm didn't have a lot of warm-up before the last time, and he was a lot more prepared this time around. But a lot more of the games went into this mid-game gameplay. QMK did have a lot of consistent 10 combos, but wasn't able to pound out the 11 plus like he was last time around. And I think that let a lot more of the games go into this back and forth in which both of the players excel at. And QMK was able to demonstrate that he's still a superior player at C2. I think you can say that when he's won two out of the two sets. Okay. As far as Jstris, both players are very impressive. Really good back-to-back, close match. I think QMK's average was like 3.2 pieces per second and 120 to 130 APM, whereas Firestorm was like 3.5 with 130 plus, 130 to, I think he even topped out at 160 APM, which is ridiculous. That's like the highest levels that you'll see on Jstris. As far as worldwide combos, Firestorm was able to get a good rhythm going. He often had the early KO advantage and was able to string that into changing the direction of the match towards his advantage. In the last time around, Firestorm misdropped a lot, and he was unable to sort of get into the rhythm of his back-to-backs that he's really strong at. So I think it's a good gameplay from Firestorm on that end, and kind of hard to see all because QMK's field was glitched. I think all but one game or two games. So it's kind of hard to say where he went wrong, but Firestorm is definitely really fast and has great back-to-back, which is really good on a game like Worldwide Combos. Yeah, it was the Pocahontas song. Well, so now, do they just pick the colors of the wind? Do they pick the same bands as they did last time around? Do we get rematches down the board, or did something else happen? Let's ask Blink, Mr. Hard Drop himself. Are the rules the same this time around? Is the who picks the first game? Is it still QMK? Okay, it looks like we might have a repeat. I should not have canceled out of Cultures 2, if that's the case, because if you guys will observe, watch the stream as I attempt to open the game Cultures 2. I don't know if you guys can notice, but it's really laggy. Opening the game Cultures 2 takes like 800% of my CPU. Do not open C2. Well, I'll just open it just in case. Are we gonna get a T-net game going? We'll get the 4 wide on T-net. Actually, wait, would it be a 6 wide? It's not over, Tillex. what happened was they played the first best of 3 sets, and Firestorm was able to defeat QMK. So now they're both on their last life. They're gonna replay a best of 3 set, and they're just taking a small break, and then we'll get into it. I am not sure about bans or the game 1 yet. But if you look at the bottom here, this is how the first games went. QMK was still pretty decisive on Coltrus, whereas the speed advantage of Firestorm, even though QMK was playing at 3.2 pieces per second, I think had a pretty big advantage, or kind of flop the tables to his advantage on J-Stress, whereas the same thing could be said about worldwide combos. The piano player is a guy by the name of Kyle Landry. I think he does have a YouTube channel. I think the Kingdom Hearts one was the first one I played. Let Garbo commentate this one? Kappa? Oh, do we have a Garbo sighting? Oh, there he is, Garbo can. Yakin listens to this song. You know, I knew Garbo wasn't going to be able to wake up in time. Even though the time was 5 p.m., Garbo was not able to wake up in time. So sad. No, I can't play any more Tetris right now. I streamed for 4 hours a couple hours ago. A halftime show. You see, the thing about the halftime show would be you'd have to be 100% confident that Firestorm was going to win that first best of 3. Or you'd have to do it somewhere during the first set. What will be the halftime show? Stand-up comedy? Come on, guys. I'm actually sick. I know you can't hear it because I've been using my voice pretty well, but... Oh, yeah, okay. I'll tell you a story. So, like, I was eating, and then I get this message, blinks like, hey, Garbo's not here, and we need someone to stream. And, like, 2 weeks ago, I had my wisdom teeth taken out, and on the bottom, in the back, where the roots of the teeth were, there's, like, these holes, and I had some broccoli stuck in it. And Blank's like, no, you have to commentate right now. And I'm like, oh, man, I really got to get this broccoli out. How am I supposed to commentate with broccoli in the hole in my mouth? And so I had to rush over to my bathroom and brush my teeth, but that doesn't work because it's you can't reach it. It's so far back that, so I got to get my water pick. But since they're not fully healed yet, it kind of hurts when you point the water pick at it. So to spray the water pick at the hole and get the broccoli out, and then I get it out, and then I come back and I'm like, oh, now my mouth hurts. Now I have to commentate for 2 hours. That's the story. I got it out. It's gone. proof that yeah, never gonna eat vegetables anymore. Firestorm, what game? J-Stress. I'm sorry, I was doing story time. Yeah, what are the bands? Let me tell. Give me a second. I gotta set up a thing. So, games. Game 1's gonna be. Do we have the bands? Puyo Puyo Tetris is one of the bands. Oh, I can just ask him in game. Let me go to J-Stress. You're right. Good call on the space. It's on the opposite side of my far monitor, so it's kind of hard to see. So let me ask for bands. TF and C2. Oh, he's banning C2. I gotta zoom in, show stats. I think this is the proper game. It looks like I missed the first one, but Firestorm's able to take it. He's on the left. I gotta switch these players again. So Firestorm's up 1-0. So let's see. A misdrop on Firestorm's, and he's gonna try to downstack out of this. I think he has the downstack. QMK was a little slow on that, on pressuring him up due to that misdrop, but Firestorm's sort of stacking over his hole here, and QMK takes that advantage and gets another win. So evens up the set 1-1. Nice capitalizing on Firestorm's stacking mistake there from QMK. A small mistake like that against a player of QMK's caliber will lead to an early demise. Nice positioning from QMK. Firestorm also has a really good position. It's going to downstack this instead of taking those TSDs. A little afraid of making a mistake like he did last time, looks like. But sort of half forward from QMK, but he opens up as well and starts doing some back-to-backs. Little misdrop, actually not a misdrop, but a little dirty garbage on Firestorm's end. It's not even there anymore by the time I mention it. But little platform TSD, but no, actually it was a T-spin single. So Firestorm was unable to account for that, and he actually loses due to that. I think he thought that was a full TSD, but then when his hole was blocked due to that little residue, and was unable to come up with a solution to that before QMK had pressured him over. Nice attacks built on QMK's side. A nice hard that spins really hard. The one that Firestorm just did, but he did it pretty easily, and sends a lot of dirty garbage over to QMK, who is still stacked up over this, but not a lot of pressure coming in on him, so he has plenty of time to get through this. He actually misdrops a little bit there, cleans it up effortlessly, but Firestorm might be getting into a rhythm here because a nice couple back-to-back stacked TSDs there lead to a good amount of pressure. Both of their players are a little bit under their APM marks, both sitting around 100, which is still really, really respectable, but a little bit below what we saw last time around. Firestorm misdrops his TSD. He instead takes the downstack, and Cloak drops a piece in so he can get this TSD in Tetris. Both in a position to send some back-to-backs. A nice 6-3 stack going from Firestorm. He can probably transition this into some good back-to-backs. Kind of awkward stack there, though. He fixes it, and but he sort of missed out a little bit of potential APM. Cloak sends a little dirty garbage to Firestorm, who opens it up pretty easily. Only a couple lines isn't really hard to clean for somebody of Firestorm's caliber. QMK with a nice solid garbage hole. He stacks up for a Tetris. Actually, he doesn't take the full Tetris. He goes down before that, missing out a little bit of potential APM. But both players kind of stagnating. A little misdrop onto that T block from Firestorm. He just stacks it out, but he skims it out, but his hole's covered, and Cloak takes a victory. So Firestorm, a couple misdrops, and he's sort of not on the same APM level that he was last time around. He's not gotten to his full rhythm. Little break might have hurt him there, but he definitely has the potential to come back in this match. QMK with a little misdrop his end. He's able to skim it out, no problem. Wasted an eye block though, but is in a good position to clear his field. Almost had a PC, but the residue is a little bit different. Sends a lot of what Firestorm sent him right back. Nice little donation TSD, and drops that piece in to open up his hole. Misdrop over his garbage hole, very dangerous. Has to waste an eye block, but he's able to survive QMK. Firestorm's continuing putting on the pressure. Misdrops though, might slow him down tiny bit. He uses that misdrop to form a TSD, but a huge spike from QMK. He needs just a couple more sends to push him over, and I don't think Firestorm's going to be able to get through this. Wow, what a spike. I didn't see what that was. Was it a downstack combo? So Firestorm is going to try to go to a center 4-wide strategy. The thing about J-Stress is it cuts off the stuff that goes over the field, so that can sort of limit the size of your combos. That is in itself a pretty big nerf to the 4-wide combo, but if you're quick enough, you can, and the other player misdrops, you usually have a nice and easy win. But a nice clean field on QMK's side. It's going to force Firestorm to transition into his mid-game. Stacking pretty high. He's trying to transition to a 6-3 stack, Firestorm is. He's got the stack pretty well built, and he transitions it over to the other side to get his garbage hole. QMK has to open up his own, which he does a nice and easy job with, and transitions that to even more back-to-back. It's a little misdrop on Firestorm's end is going to cost him there, though. Really high up misdrop. We got a Bankai called from Firestorm. He's going to try to take this back. Firestorm misses the perfect clear. Nice back-to-backs sent from Cloak. He's going to put a lot of pressure, actually no pressure at all, onto Firestorm. It's all canceled. Firestorm sends it all right back, and both fields are pretty clean at this point. Firestorm's unable to get his T-block over the hole. That's kind of a tricky thing when that happens on J-Stress. He had the T-spin set up, but he has to cancel it because he got his T-block stuck. Some huge sends, or not huge, but some well-timed sends over to Firestorm. It's going to put a lot of pressure on him at this point. Good downstack into some TS singles from QMK. And he gets all the way down to the bottom of his field, sending a sizable amount of garbage over to Firestorm, who cancels most of it. So Firestorm wastes an eye block there, but is able to get through that with pure speed. He opens up his garbage hole, but QMK is really low and safe on his field. So they're both kind of stagnated at this point. Their APM's dropping a little bit. Almost has a A perfect clear on Firestorm's end, but he doesn't have the right pieces. I think he's still looking for it, but QMK, even if he did receive one, he's in a safe position to deal with it. Another back-to-back TSD from Firestorm. This game's getting pretty long. Both are maintaining this 3.2 pieces per second for a sizable amount of period. They might be getting a little tired and winded at this point. Especially somebody like QMK who doesn't always play at this speed. He still has a nice clean field, and he's going through a little more downstacking. Firestorm did have a little cheese garbage as well. We're starting to see actually the solid garbage, and wait, did QMK win that one? Firestorm won that one? Okay. Oh my god, huge spike. I wasn't looking. Firestorm just destroyed another game. Okay, so we got a little donation TSD from Firestorm. This field's kind of a little awkward. Much cleaner field on QMK's side. But remember, we're still at game point for QMK, where Firestorm's down a little bit. Firestorm's still relatively safe here, and QMK has nothing to send. I think he's sort of waiting on Firestorm sends to send back, because Firestorm generally does send really clean garbage. Not so this time around. Firestorm does use a donation TSD there, and receives a pretty sizable stack of garbage on his field. He just decides to downstack it. He's not playing the same high APM style that he was before. He's going more for some downstacks. He's still maintaining a respectable 115 APM, where QMK is at a puny 95. So APM advantage is still over on Firestorm's side. However, not much to the extent that it was last time around. So QMK opens up his hole really well. He's back at almost 100 APM now. A nice huge spike right when Firestorm was waiting for his T-block. Gives QMK the first match. Okay. Worldwide combos. Sorry, QMK won this one. All right, we're going back to worldwide combos. So Noel, I need you to hit me up with that link. Oh, thank you very much, Firestorm. Yes, if Firestorm wins on worldwide combos, we will go to a game 3. Wait, what is Dal doing here? A new room. Okay. We're back in worldwide combos. This will be the third time these two players play it. They're number 1 and 2 in the rankings. Really close. ratings. I'm not sure if there's any warm-ups, but nice perfect clear start on QMK's end. Nice back-to-back sends. No early KO advantage, but really high APM from the start. A little kind of dangerous kite-in attempt there from Firestorm. He's able to get it off without getting KO'd. Nice clean field on QMK's side. It's going to downstack this into a huge send. And they both have 1 KO. I didn't see the Firestorm's KO, but even at 1-1. First to 7. So I guess the first one is a warm-up. Bad misdrop on QMK's end. See, when you lose the early KO advantage, or when you get KO'd early, you sort of can run into the point where you lose your rhythm, and you can't really stack up for some back-to-backs, and you constantly, where the other person is in a good rhythm and they can just keep sending, so they never take their foot off the pedal, and you can lose out a lot of quick KOs. You see how Firestorm's jumped up to 7 already. About 30 seconds left. QMK almost teased with going for a TST there, but at this point I think he's just waiting for the games to start. First I'm just going to wait it out. And looks like Firestorm's going to take the warm-up pretty easily. All right, so game 1. So nice back-to-back sends on both ends. A little misdrop on Firestorm's side. He cleans it up really neatly. QMK avoids misdropping on his end and counters nicely and is at a pretty safe position on his field. Nice downstack from Firestorm. Brings him all the way to the bottom of the field. He's already sent an incredible amount of garbage, and no one has been KO'd yet. QMK keeps that up by downstacking a little bit and sending a huge spike, getting his first KO of the game. So early KO advantage to QMK, who's able to, like I said, turn that momentum into a second KO really easily. So quick, easy 2 KO start from QMK, and Firestorm's going to have to work really hard to get this back. Nice couple of back-to-back sends. He's behind in the line sent count at the moment as well. So Firestorm's going to have to keep calm. He still has 50 seconds to come back into this. A 2 KO lead isn't insurmountable. But this kind of stacking, he doesn't really have any back-to-backs going. Not really sending much at this point. Whereas QMK has his glitched field, so you have no idea what he's doing. So QMK has the 3 KO advantage with only 20 seconds left. It's hard to see Firestorm coming back in this one. Really nice stacking now, though, from Firestorm. Nice back-to-backs. He's able to get a KO out of this. QMK is still playing with only 2 seconds left in the game. It looks like he doesn't check the clock as much as Firestorm does, but that early KO advantage from QMK is the difference in this match. At least the Spectator client gives you a lot of information. A nice T-spin triple there. Not quite the C-spin, as the hole was not directly underneath the garbage hole. It looks like instead of doing a Z-spin, Firestorm just opts for Score's right here, except minus 1 for Firestorm. So QMK is up 1-0. Nice down stack from QMK. It's going to put a lot of pressure onto Firestorm, who's continuing to accept all these lines. He doesn't really have any space to do any back-to-backs at this point. Does a single there. He spun that T-spin, or that T-piece in when he probably should not have. He added an extra line of garbage that he needed to clear to get to his hole. He's trying to downstack to avoid the second KO. He finally gets a T-spin, a little K'd in, forces QMK really high, but QMK actually is going to get KO'd here anyway. So Firestorm actually gets a quick 2 KOs. I didn't see the first one. But so Firestorm actually is pulling the KO advantage at this point, where QMK has about 30 seconds to match that. He's a little down in the line scent department as well, so he's also going to need to step up his line sense. In case he matches it, which he does, it's going to become a line scent match. So he needs another KO real quick. And now Firestorm can't stall here because he doesn't have the KO advantage. So he needs to continue sending as much as he can. And it looks like Firestorm's gonna... No! A third KO with 2 seconds left gives QMK the 2-0 lead. What a turn of events. Alright, game 3. Some nice stacked TSDs from Firestorm, but he misses the T-spin, and he just tries to stack it out instead of trying to turn them into T-spins. And that's going to cost him an early advantage as he gets KO'd. Another missed drop on Firestorm's end. He's going to try to platform it off with a T-spin, but he doesn't. With the incoming lines, he gets a little scared and decides to go down instead. Does get a nice TSD there, but QMK is in a very safe spot to counter. So we got a Z-spin fix on that placement from Firestorm, and he's in a decent space to get into a rhythm and send some back-to-backs. He's not that far down in the line scent category, but he's down 2-0 in KOs. It looks like QMK misheld that piece and was unable to do his T-spin. I'm not used to watching QMK on worldwide combos. He's usually glitched, but he's doing okay right now. He's sending a lot of dirty garbage over to Firestorm, who's having trouble dealing with the incoming garbage and downstacking. Another huge spike. Remember, QMK won the first match on J-Stress, so Firestorm definitely needs to win this game if he wants to force a game 3. 4 KOs with only 20 seconds left is pretty hard to come back from for Firestorm, but QMK doesn't like to use the stall tactics, so Firestorm might have an advantage to get another 1 or 2 KOs here, but getting 4 more is kind of tough. He does get another one, but with 1 second left, QMK takes the 3-0 lead. Nice clean stack from both players. Firestorm covers his hole, but opens it up pretty easily. And gets a nice little platform TSD, but the huge spike sent from QMK is enough to force him over in a KO. So another early KO advantage to QMK. And like I was saying during the break, this early KO advantage in this game is huge because it's hard to switch the momentum once you get KO'd. It might reset your field as far as height-wise, but as far as rhythm-wise, it's much easier when you have a set field and you don't have to worry about it changing heights. Firestorm is able to even up the KO count. They're pretty... I'm about to sneeze. Sorry, I didn't sneeze. Well, anyway. QMK is actually... I don't know what happened there. It looks like he had the right field set up, but he's pushed over before he's able to get that TSD Tetris combo. And Firestorm takes 2 quick KOs real quick there. And he's going into some back-to-backs. But QMK forces a lot of garbage over, and unable to counter, Firestorm gives up another KO. Another huge spike sent from QMK. Firestorm's hole was covered for a second there, but he opens it up, and he's going to have to open it up again. Doesn't have the pieces he wants to do it, but is able to get to that point now. Firestorm's not sending much here. He has only a few seconds to avoid getting KO'd to get this victory, and using the stall tactics, even though QMK held the advantage as far as line sent and pressure, that KO that QMK lost due to that misdrop over his well kind of hurts him, and QMK is now only up 3-1. A misdrop is going to force an early KO disadvantage for QMK, and another one. So this is not going to go away. He's going to have to deal with this mistake and come back from this 2-0 KO deficit. And a huge line sent deficit as well. He still has plenty of time, but it's going to be a struggle for QMK to get through this. Another misdrop. Firestorm's going to have to give him something here for him to come back in this round. Nice down stack from Firestorm. Keeping his field nice and even. He doesn't have to struggle too hard. Just has to avoid getting KO'd, and he's in a good position to win this. QMK has stabilized his field a little bit. Got a little down stack combo. Sends a tiny spike over to Firestorm, who laughs it off and goes back and sends a large spike of his own to QMK. So misdrops, never mind. A glitch field on QMK's side, so we'll just watch Firestorm. He avoids doing the TSD there to stay safe. Instead opts just to go for the down stack. He does have a misdrop though. Might give up a KO here. He avoids it very nicely. Just platforming out some of these setups he had ready. He's playing really safe, still keeping up the speed to give himself a high APM. He stacks that little piece awkwardly so it covers his hole, but is able to get through it. And actually, he's unable to get through it without giving up the KO. But with only 12 seconds left, he still has the KO advantage, so he just has to avoid dying. And I think he's fine to just wait this out without taking the second KO. So QMK loses another round. He's only up 3-2 now, despite having the line send advantage in both of those games. All right, game 5. I don't know, maybe a misdrop on Firestorm's end. He's able to Yoshihiro it out and recover some semblance of a decent field on his end. QMK has a really clean field on his end. He's accepted a lot of what Firestorm sent and is stacking down really neatly through it. But actually, almost a perfect. No, he was one residue away from perfect clear on Firestorm's end, but still a relatively clean field. Whereas actually both players have a relatively clean field. QMK just needs to get his eye blocks. A little late on some of the pieces he wants, so he has to down stack combo instead. None of the players have gotten KO'd so far. However, we still have an early line sent advantage to Firestorm. So Firestorm gets into quick Tetris there and stacks through this dirty garbage, opens up his hole, and is in a nice clean position to transition into some back-to-backs. The pressure QMK. who also has a really nice and clean field of his own, and maintains that really well for back-to-back. Actually, never mind, his field's glitching, so I can't commentate him anymore. But Firestorm, nice clean back-to-backs, nice couple one there. He spun the T-spin double into a T-spin single so he could get a nice clean Tetris on top of it. Nice little tactic there, and nice 6-3 stacking at the bottom to get some nice consistent pressure. He's taken the 2 KO advantage on the back of that clean stacking and 6-3 stack, and that's gonna tie it up 3-3. So Firestorm's taken 3 straight. TKI from Firestorm. Little misdrop, I guess, on QK's side. He's going to have to skim us out. He's able to avoid the KO, but he's still receiving a ton of garbage from Firestorm, who's getting into a rhythm on his own end. It opens up his nice clean hole, and continuing to send these back-to-backs in a Tetris, and he's going to get an early... Is he? I think he's going to get a KO here. There's the KO. Early advantage for Firestorm again. He's doubled him up on line sent. He's in a really good rhythm right now, and gets another KO, and huge early advantage for Firestorm in this match. There's still a minute left, so QK does have the potential to come back in this, but a really clean field for Firestorm. It's hard to see him giving up this early advantage that he has. Kind of awkward stack on his end, though, on Firestorm. He actually gives up a KO. I think it was a bad decision, but he's going to... No, he gives up another KO, so the advantage has disappeared as QMK is able to get 3 quick KOs. Really, really nice play on his end. Maintaining this nice clean garbage hole and doing some T-spins and down stack combos on top of it. And he's a little bit behind on the line sent, but on the 4th KO is going to give him an overwhelming advantage with only 30 seconds left. So QMK stacks for the Tetris. He needs a J block, gets it a little late, and that forces the KO, or Firestorm forces the KO due to that mistake. His hole is covered, but he's able to... Nope. Firestorm evens the KO count with only 20 seconds left. Firestorm has a huge line sent advantage, and he's not going to let off the gas. And those KOs... Well, what a game. So Firestorm started off with the 2 KO advantage, flipped it back, or QMK flipped it back and got the 2 KO advantage 4-2, but then another quick 2 KOs from Firestorm with a huge line sent advantage pushes Firestorm in the lead 4-3. 343 lines. We had a perfect clear attempt from Firestorm, but he receives lines before he's able to execute it, and it's got a sort of a messy stack, a misdrop underneath it. He's going to try to skim it off, but he gives up a KO. Early advantage for QMK. So QMK's hole is blocked here, and he ends up giving up a KO due to that. Firestorm isn't in a great position to send more. In the meantime, QMK has gotten all the way to the bottom of his field. He's going to be able to take this into some back-to-back TSD into Tetris, but he misdrops on the top end of his field, and he doesn't really have the right pieces to clean this out neatly. And another 3 KOs due to that one mistake go over to Firestorm's end. Looks like Firestorm is going to end up pushing this to a game point. Actually, QMK is able to push another KO over. There's still 50 seconds left, so I shouldn't call it too early. But QMK's field is a little messy, and a 5th KO goes over to Firestorm. So it looks like QMK's field is stabilizing here. He's able to stack down unable to turn that into a huge spike to Firestorm, as he just used it to cancel what Firestorm sent. Firestorm's still maintaining a large send advantage and a 3 KO advantage with only 15 seconds left. It looks like this is going to go to a 5-3 Firestorm. All right, this is game point for Firestorm on worldwide combos. He starts out with a perfect clear attempt. He doesn't get it, but instead sends a couple back-to-backs. Both players are pushed up due to a large amount of volume sends, but are able to deal with it really effectively. A little misdrop on QMK's side. He's going to open up his hole and send a large spike, counter spike to Firestorm, enough to get an early KO advantage. But we've seen these KO advantages flip rather consistently in the last couple games. They're not giving up without a fight, that's for certain. And Firestorm, some good down stacking. It's going to put a lot of pressure onto QMK, who's still in a relatively safe position. Takes a Tetris. He's going to have to down stack a little bit of this. Doesn't have quite the right pieces, and he gets KO'd there. So Firestorm evens up the KO count, and the line sent count is rather really close, actually. QMK got pushed really high and was unable to avoid the KO there. So that gives Firestorm a or a second KO, which is pretty good at this point in the game. They both are relatively even in line sent, but Firestorm's able. We know how much he's able to grind out these sends if need be. So QMK, I think, might need the KO advantage to win against Firestorm, but he looks to be struggling under a lot of pressure, and with 30 seconds left, it's going to be hard pressed to catch up to Firestorm without getting a couple KOs. A little misdrop on Firestorm's end. QMK needs this KO. It looks like he's going to get it, but he needs another one. And I think Firestorm can stall us out for the victory. So it looks like Firestorm's going to take this 6-3. Okay. Let's see what game 3 is going to be on. Yeah, if Firestorm won on Jstress, he could have won the championship. However, we're going to go to a set 3, or the third match, the third set of the third match of the third game. But I don't know what game it is. Tell me what game it is. Cargan X. Did he win the shirt? Congratulations. Black box. Oh, sweet. We got a black box game. Okay. That's what I want to see. No Palmino block box. That's what I like to see. Let's hope that this is working right. Oh, that looks good. Switch the players. They're doing 2 warm-ups. On the right side, we have Firestorm. On the left side, QMK. So, about this game mode. Basically, Black Box was... you get points for... Or you send lines by sending Tetrises, doubles, and triples. So, it sends like almost... I think it's 90% change on attack or 100%. Where the staggered garbage is pretty hard to deal with. So there's a lot of down stack involved, but combos aren't a thing. So you need to transition these down stack combos you might have made into down stack triples and doubles. And early, quick back-to-back Tetrises are pretty strong, and it's a quite speed-based game since it's on No Palmino. So here's the start of the game. So clean Tetris stacks on both ends. QMK a little bit slower. Misdrops on Firestorm's end. Gonna be hard to get through. QMK sends the Tetris, but a little late on that. Firestorm had a chance to downstack through that. He gets a triple. And a Tetris from QMK is going to put a lot of pressure onto Firestorm. So quick early win from QMK. That one is backwards. Oh well. Actually, maybe I can fix that. Oops. Well, anyway. Nice one. That's funny. Well, looks like QMK is under a lot of pressure right now. But a good downstack player. He's showing that right now. Builds up for a Tetris and gets a double after that. Firestorm's going down with singles instead of doubles and triples. He opens up a lot more space like that, but a quick Tetris is going to counter that. But a misdrop on there. You can use the J to fix that, but he doesn't quite get it. So another quick win from QMK. All right, so quick Tetris from Firestorm. He gets another one, but he's pushed quite high up in his field. QMK opens up a Tetris of his end, and Firestorm barely survives, but a Tetris from QMK forces him over. Quick 3-0 advantage for QMK. Nice clean build on QMK's side. Firestorm is accepting all this garbage without getting down anywhere, and he's under a lot of pressure right now. He's sending only singles, which don't send anything. So misdrops on QMK's side. It's going to give Firestorm some chance to get through this, and he takes a victory. I'm not even getting a chance to look at the speed that they're playing at. I'd assume both players are well over 3 at this point. Miss on the I block from QMK, but he clears that up really neatly. Gets a triple. Both players are pretty high up in the field. Quick Tetris from QMK, and he's going to set up for a double there and a Tetris, which is going to send a good amount to Firestorm, who deals with it really well. Kind of awkward stuff that QMK has to dig through, but as the dig champion, he's able to get a Tetris there and open up a double and downstacks a little bit. It looks like I don't know what happened there. He could have spun that in if Firestorm, if he placed the Z and then did the S spin, or no, if he placed the S and then did the Z spin, or one of the two, he would have been able to spin that in really neatly. Both players, it looks like they're playing around 3.2 PPS. Firestorm might have died. Hopefully not. He says hold on in chat. His laptop's being weird. It's good now. Sorry. So 4-1 advantage for QMK. Remember, he needs 6 wins to win the championship of Hard Drop Open 5. Firestorm's putting a lot of pressure on QMK. It looks like really quick, decisive 4.3 pieces per second from Firestorm. Incredible change of pace. He just activated his Bankai and he's putting on the speed to the, I don't know, he's going really fast and he's evening up the score really quickly. 4-3. Okay. Again, nice Tetris stacks on the left side. 9-0. Oh, some misdrops from QMK. It's going to be hard to clear. Firestorm's not going to let him get out of that. Another 4 piece per second game from Firestorm evens up the match. 4-4. Firestorm has a little misdrop, but he cleaned it up. And he's just doing some singles now, though. That eye block was probably a bad placement, but he gets a Tetris out of that. And he's able to get a double there, another double. QMK is in a safer position and is able to championship point. Able to get himself on championship point. QMK just has to win 1 more to win the championship. Firestorm needs to win 2 more to win the championship. Firestorm's playing pretty low. He's stacked for Tetris though. QMK also stacked for Tetris and follows it up with a double. A little down stack puts him in a position to get another Tetris. Firestorm sends a Tetris of his own. Firestorm's playing really fast, but he's a higher point in his field, and the misdrop there is going to decide it. QMK is your Hard Drop Open champion. Congratulations to QMK, who's going to get the championship role on the harddrop.com Discord. Incredibly well-played tournament. Both of these players are at the top of the game. You look at these stats, really fast, really good APM, LPM, all that kind of stuff. Really competitive. Firestorm was able to force a third match and take it to the third game of the third match. It was very impressive showing. So let's take it back to the welcomes or the wait screen. Let's update this. We have 6-4 QMK. Oh no, it's too wide. Let's shrink that. There we go. Wow. Great job. Interview? Does QMK even do interviews? I've never talked to QMK. QMK has a cloak on. You can't see him. Oh no. It looks like Firestorm had an update on his laptop at the worst possible time. Interview. If you guys can get him to agree to an interview, I'll talk to him. But you only have 2 minutes, or else I'm going to sign off. So congratulations to the shirt winner in the chat. And anybody that came and watched this. It was a really epic match. We got to see a third game of a third match, and we saw 3 games in the second match as well. So a really close compared to the last week's game where QMK was pretty decisive in this 2-0. I'm glad we got to see Jastrus in both games, and it flopped back and forth between match 2 and 3. Looks like once Firestorm activated his Bankai on Null Palomino, he was playing at like 4 pieces per second, which is ridiculous. But he let himself get a little higher on the field than QMK did, where QMK maybe sat at like 60% height, where Firestorm was like at 80% height most of the time. And just a single spike could kill you at that point, and that seemed to be what happened. I don't know if we're going to get an interview, guys. Well, you guys can write all you want. It's Blink's channel, not mine. So, I don't know. Maybe let me look for somebody to host. Raid Lemon Pops? Is Blink not here anymore? Oh, Blink's gonna give an interview. Okay. Oh, okay, I see. All right, guys. We're gonna raid Lemon Pops. Looks like we did not get our interview opportunity, which is fine with me. I didn't want to give an interview. So let's raid Lemon Pops. Oh wait, QMK just said, oh, okay. Does that mean he wants to do an interview? If that's the case, then we can wait a few minutes. And then we message him. I don't even see him anymore. There he is. QMK is typing. All right, let's do a quick interview discussion with the champion. Hello, QMK. How are you doing?
Hi.
I think you did really well in that match, especially taking it home on Null Palomino was really impressive.
I don't think I can hear you.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, excellent. So, you played really well in this match. Going back to the first match last weekend, you were pretty dominant, and then Firestorm came out and and sort of whooped you with speed on the second match on Jastrus and worldwide combos. He didn't give you an opportunity to come back in those games.
He would just I would go down quickly and it was a lot of lines.
But when you played the third match on Jastrus, you were able to contain his his APM and force of victory. Do you think that was sort of where you won this match?
Just trying to like only defend basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else to do against Firestorm. Yeah, no, it was super tense.
And what about on Blockbox? I think he started playing at like 4 PPS at the end there. Were you a little scared?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you stayed at a pretty good height to play it pretty safely, and you got a lot of Tetrises mid game where he was going for a lot more singles in his down stack than you were. So I think that might have been.
I practiced a bunch of Blockbox earlier today.
Oh, nice. Who was your practice partner?
Cheap.
Okay, nice.
So I think that helped.
That's good.
So yeah.
It was interesting they changed the strategy to ban Cultress for the second time around. Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, I didn't expect that. Yeah, no. I thought we would do the same games again. Switched it up.
I'm glad he did. It was good for variety's sake. And it looks like you were pretty convincing on Cultress. Especially a lot more last week with you were hitting like 12 combos pretty consistently.
Yeah.
But
I don't know where that came from. That was nice.
It came together pretty well.
Yeah.
But great job. Do you have anything to say to Firestorm?
That was a really good match. He's extremely good, and I feel like the rate at which he gets better, I don't know if I'll ever beat him in a match again. But
well, you have this to put on your wall, and you can always cite this in 10 years from now when he's the undisputed champion and be like, yeah, but HDO 10. I still do that. I beat him in a tournament 4 years ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Never letting go of that one. Well,
yeah, for sure.
Great job, QMK. You're champion. Congratulations.
Thanks for commenting. Thanks for watching. And thanks for the tournament.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, guys. There's your there's your champion QMK. Thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna go host Lemon Pops, who's doing the. I don't know. He's doing the talk to Blink or something. But thanks for chilling out, guys. We'll see you guys for the next big tournament. Bye. What? Am I not allowed to host it? Did it host? Oh no, it did. It did host. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you.